update again, and as always, I'm praying for your safety, your health, and your wellness. Well, anybody out there join me in being sick and tired of the debt ceiling consternation and argument? Too much spending, taking away safety net from the most vulnerable populations. Depending on what side you're on, our Congress continues its bitter entanglement and bitter words, and is accomplishing nothing much more than causing a bunch of consternation out here in the world for citizenry, especially the most vulnerable. One of the amazing things that I learned, didn't know this until just the other day, is that the United States is one of only 2 countries in the world that even has a debt ceiling provision in its constitution. The only other country is Denmark. And Denmark said it sets its debt ceiling so high that it can't be used as a bargaining chip in constitutional arguments, in financial arguments. Are you, like me, sick and tired of the bitter wrangling and haggling over the debt ceiling limit? Well, I'm not here to talk about economics. I'm not here to talk about politics. But I want to use this example as a backdrop to appreciating the God who calls us God's people. Chuck DeReer from Christ Lutheran Church congregation sends me memes every week as a theological perspective, some of them humorous, some of them more serious. Well, this week's was on the serious side, and this meme said this: every time we use religion to draw a line to keep people out, Jesus is with the people on the other side of that line. There we go. A God who has absolutely no limits of love. That as soon as we set limits, as soon as we set parameters, as soon as we try to capture and say who God is, and then in saying who God is, then that cuts somebody out. There is Jesus on the other side of our line saying, no, I love them too. As we continue to be besieged by this debt ceiling consternation, be reminded instead of a generous God who has no limits of love, of a generous God who cannot be contained, a generous God who is other and different and outside of anything that we could ever imagine, loving all people, welcoming all people, embracing all people, forgiving all people, giving all people new and holy purpose, new life out in the world. May you both know and share that God with your loved ones, with your neighbors, and with whomever you find yourself in relationship. Amen.